Hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name is Rochelle, and I am doing a reading for water signs today: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces in all placements, and it's timeless and general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I am going to start with the wisdom of the oracle to get the baseline of the story, and then I will clarify with as many decks as I can get to. Mojo Tarot is here. Good morning. And Lioness Peaches Kitty Cat. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, let's see what's going on for water signs. Ooh, Lioness has a couple of main water placements, just like me. Rebecca's here too. Good morning. So glad the Yum Yum crew is coming in. Okay, so what's going on for water signs? We've got a change in the wind in reverse. Number 12. All that glitters. 16. No place like home in reverse. 50. Okay, let me just look in my book real quick. So, a change in the wind. As you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you've pursued something that you suddenly realize is not your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out, all will be well. Even better, actually. Okay. And then let me just look at this No Place Like Home here. There are times, oh, that's right. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Okay, so it's looking like you are dealing with someone or some kind of situation that is not as it seems. All that glitters, not all that glitters is gold. Going after the shiny thing seems nice on the surface, but you can rub the shine off. You can, if you do a little digging, you can get to I was going to say the core of something, but ultimately there's this you're being drawn to some kind of situation that feels familiar. Somebody's like showing up in a certain way, or there's some kind of somehow something's being presented to you in a way where you're like, "Oh yeah, that is that makes sense to me. That's how that represents love, or that represents community, or that represents stability, because that's what I've experienced in my past." But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that is healthy, or actually supportive of you. Something is changing here, or it needs to change, and it's difficult to. It's like you want something so badly because you think that it's going to help you in some way, boost you, give you some kind of fulfillment, but it's it's empty. I'm getting like empty promises. you're we have the masks here. Somebody's not being honest. They're not being truthful about their intentions. And it's time to shift your thinking about what feels right. Because what feels right is actually what's familiar, and it's time for you to make a major departure from what feels right, because that's coming from it's coming from your comfort zone essentially. But sometimes our comfort zone tolerates things that aren't good for us because it's what we know, and we tend to lean into the familiar and what we know, right? Okay, so let's go with the Light Seers deck. Hey, Redbeard is here, and Linda, and J-Dub too. Awesome. So glad you guys are here. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so let's see more about what's going on here. We've got the Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Cups. So you have some kind of choice to make. Um, you're leaning pretty heavily toward a particular thing, and this is you're feeling that making this choice is going to it's either coming to you because you're healing, you're kind of overcoming some kind of stress, worry, um kind of mental some kind of mental difficulties that you've been having that could have been keeping you up at night. It's like that is kind of easing up. You're feeling better. You're kind of your thoughts are generally leaning more towards the positive. But um but what you're left with, I think this has to do with this change, with walking away from something potentially, knowing you need to leave a situation that's going to it could be that it's just you sense or you understand that it's going to help you feel better. But I get this sense of like, okay, I'm feeling better, but what being faced with, I'm not totally happy with the options. Or you're thinking about making a new choice because you're not happy with your current situation. It's like you're healing, you're healing your mind, you're kind of coming to terms with something. You're feeling a lot more peaceful. Your inner peace is is growing. Be, and maybe what this is you're starting to realize that you're not happy. You thought something something looked real good on the surface. But once you dug down, once you started, wiping away the shine, like it became very dull, and you're like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought at all." And for a time it really had you up in your head, but now that you're overcoming that, you're like, "Oh, there must be something better." I think there is something better, but you haven't made that choice just yet. You're thinking about it, and this could have to do with traveling. There's a globe there. This is it's that card of like when you're online shopping and you have everything in your shopping cart, but you haven't actually purchased the thing or things yet. But you're thinking about it real hard, and you understand that you're not You're not happy where you are, and this is why you're thinking about going somewhere else, literally, or maybe there's something that. Um, oh, there's a VW bus there. I never noticed that before. Like an image of one. I don't know. Like maybe you're thinking about like hashtag van life. um, like just putting all your stuff in storage and going on a long road trip. This is actually one of my longtime dreams. Um, if you do it, that's awesome. Send me a postcard. um, yeah. Okay, so let's get. I'm gonna get some cards from my good tarot deck. Ooh, Star Lover 22 is here. Good morning. Thanks for joining. So we've got Hanged Man, which is Pisces. Oh, and interesting too, because Hangman is 12, and so is this card, Change in the Wind. So yeah, you're getting you're you're working on seeing things in a whole new way, getting a new perspective about a situation that you ultimately is not going the way you wanted it to or thought it would. And then we have the 7 of Earth and Strength, Leo energy. Yeah, see, you're at a crossroads. It's time to make a choice. It's time to choose to go in a new direction. And it requires strength to walk away from what is familiar and go into the unknown. We humans, generally speaking, do not like the unknown because it's scary, because we don't know what's going to happen. It's about you take a leap of faith. You don't know if you're going to fall flat on your face or if you're going to like realize you have wings and fly, right? Um so you're overcoming some kind of fear that for a time had a tight grip on you, but you're figuring out how to make friends with that part of yourself that is feeding you the fear, making it your ally. But that's the thing with fear. Like the 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 acronym that I've learned from Colette Baron Reed, who has done this in many other awesome decks. Fear, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. And we are kind of taught to believe the fear, to listen to the fear and base our actions on the fear. I think a lot of, like, for example, if you decide to move somewhere, you're going to have a lot of people or you're going to have some people at least who are like, why are you doing that? But that's dangerous. Don't, but something bad could happen. Like, don't, don't do something that could jeopardize your happiness, stability, like money, like whatever thing people think like people tell you should not do something because of, when life is really all about taking risks, because that's when we can truly like grow. That's when we can discover we have wings and can fly. But you gotta recognize the fear and move forward anyway. And I love this one too because she's being led. It's like letting your that fierce part of you lead the way. That's like, I laugh in the face of fear. um and eh, yeah, and wherever you're feeling timid, just kind of let that other part lead you, because you're, like I said, you're at a crossroads. You are meant to move in a new direction, and you know this, and I think you're just trying to make sure you fully understand what your motivation is. I want to get some cards from the Voyager Tarot. Oh, we've got the moon in reverse. Um, Pisces energy, also Cancerian. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, fool. Oh, fool child. Fool dash child. I was like, fool child. That's interesting. And that came out in reverse as well. And that's Aries energy. And 10 of Wands, growth. This is really speaking to you overcoming your fear. Oh, Katie wants to join. Okay, no, she's going away. I was gonna say I'm gonna be shuffling. She hates it when I shuffle on or around her. Anyway, um, I feel like you are you're facing your fear, you are overcoming your fear, but you're not quite ready to take a leap just yet. You're working it out. You're working it out within yourself. And it has something to do with closing out a cycle. You understand that in order to move in a new direction, you need to tie up some loose ends. Um, you need to get really clear on what it is that you are leaving behind. This growth is coming from the understanding that what you've been dealing with is not good for you, even though a part of you is like, no, but that's what's right. That's what I truly want or what I need. I don't know about truly. There's a part of you that's trying to feed you these things, these doubts, these fears, these worries, and you're just like, okay, but this is how I've been. These are the choices that I've been making, and I'm not happy. So how can continuing to make these choices or to be in these situations, how is it going to change? Like you're starting to see that you have to let go of the burden. You have to finally like be really clear and honest with yourself about letting a situation go, knowing that it doesn't align with who you are, who you are becoming. So gonna go with the cat tarot. Let's see. We've got what are you? The Six of Wands in reverse. Death. Scorpio energy. The vacuum of death. Dun dun dun. And Three of Swords. You're y- y- okay, so I feel like this could be a couple of things. Like this could be where um you're recognizing that you're not getting the victory that you seek from a situation, and that you will continue to not get the victory that you seek. And so you decide, okay, it's time for me to finally leave the scene. There's something here that makes a lot of noise that is not comfortable to be around. It's not something that's going to actually hurt you because again, the fear, the false evidence appearing real. But there is enough evidence of it being something that's jarring, something that is going to leave you feeling unsettled. And you're just like, "No, I'm done. I want my victory. I don't want to keep feeling like um victory is just out of my reach." You might be feeling ignored by somebody who's supposed to have your back, who's supposed to give you attention, and you feel like, where are they? Why can't I get a break?" Something like this. And so you're like, "All right, I'm done. This is over." And either you're feeling sad and you're kind of chewing on the heart, chewing on the heavy emotions of actually leaving something behind, because you're leaving behind what's familiar. And that's eh, like, even though a part of you knows that's what's best for you, another part of you is like, "Oh, but I'm gonna miss that person," or "We had such good times together," or "The situation was good enough that," like, there's certain things that you're going to have to grieve the loss of. It's painful to walk away when you know you should, even though you don't want to. This can also be where you're like, "Okay, I'm out of here." And somebody else is like, "Wait, you're not playing the game anymore?" And they're heartbroken because you're like, "Well, no, I'm not playing the game anymore because I was always just a pawn, or it was never about me. It was always about you," or whatever the situation is. Somebody's heartbroken because of this ending. Um which is, it's okay. A lot of growth comes from heartbreak. Um or it can. So we've got the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Page of Pentacles. Okay, we got a new beginning here. Five of Swords in reverse. Excellent. Justice, Libra energy. Something is being brought back into balance. This is you. I feel like this is you finally making that choice. You were at that crossroads, thinking about what you wanted to do, what you wanted to invest in, and finally you're like, "All right, I got my watering can. I see the viability of putting my time and attention into something, and that it's going to actually pay off handsomely," is what I'm getting. And it's something that is, uh oh, what's the word? There's, like, if this is a new, whoever you're going to be dealing with in this new situation, um somebody who is, I'm getting fully on board. They are not the shiny that can wipe off easily or wipe off at all. They are a true, genuine kind of shiny. This is somebody who, they're not interested in mind games. You've walked away because you don't want the mind games. This is somebody who is honest, who wants to wants to help you in this new endeavor, this new opportunity, whether that's romantic or it's a job or some, other project you have going on. You're finally getting your justice. Things are finally, it's like your karma is, um, because of you walking away, the universe is rewarding you. Because as long as you stayed in this situation that wasn't good for you, you were creating your own kind of negative karma, because you were going against yourself and ultimately going against what the universe wants for you. And in doing that, you were keeping your valve closed from all the good, and And now with you deciding to fully invest in something, um, it's all it's all working out. It's all coming into balance. It's You're getting your karmic justice. And this is simply by you there's no need to take revenge or, do anything that involves this past person. This is all about focusing on yourself and what truly fulfills you. Even though it might feel uncomfortable at first, I think as you step into it, you see very quickly, oh, this was the right direction to go in. What took me so long? Um, oh, geez. Okay. So, gonna pick some Moonology cards. Had an amazing thing happen with the air signs, where the three cards I chose represented the three air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It was amazing, actually. So what do we got here? We've got your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn, which just happened. Yeah. Your hard work is paying off. This hard work is internal. Um, this is you figuring your ish out, and gaining clarity, overcoming the negative thinking, the stinking thinking. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. I don't know when the next blue moon is. It's basically two full moons in 1 month. Doesn't happen very often, which is why it's so special. Um, Believe in the impossible. Your hard work is paying off. Something really good is waiting for you once you take that step, that leap of faith. And then we have look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Um, Gemini. Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius. So sometime coming up in Gemini season, we'll have the full moon in Sagittarius. And look at the bigger picture. Like, I feel like, very, very soon, you're going to come into this understanding. You're going to finally kind of figure out where where you've been feeling stuck, or where you've been letting fear rule you, um, or whatever it is that's holding you back. You're going to kind of that springtime, mm, going into summer, when things are warm, you're going to start to you're going to come to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I get it. And maybe yeah, maybe it's a good time to go traveling, right? I feel like you very well might be traveling somewhere. um whatever whatever this bigger picture is, it's like it's being able, yeah, look at the bigger picture, gaining a new perspective, seeing things from a different vantage point. The thing about the word impossible is it looks like I'm possible. In a sense, nothing is impossible. Miracles happen all the time, every day. I shouldn't say nothing, because I don't know. But um, what we often think is impossible is only our own um, illusions of what we think is impossible, not necessarily true. So I'm going to finish with a rune card. Oh, we've got Perthrow again. Yeah, who got Perthrow last time? I think, was it air signs? Let's see. Let me find it. These pages are not numbered. There you are. You guys have been busy in the chat. All right. This rune card suggests the revelation of secrets or hidden knowledge. And I hadn't mentioned this, but I feel like because we had the moon come out in reverse, which can be revealing of secrets, a revelation, which can be what finally helps you decide to close a cycle. You learn something, you figure something out intuitively or through the grapevine, however, and you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want this nonsense in my life. Time to drop the burden, right? Anyway, you could soon receive important information or learn something that sheds light on a situation that has frustrated or confused you. Yep. There will soon be a significant revelation of some kind. But the most likely source of that revelation will be from the intuitive wisdom already within you. Drawing this card could be a sign that you would benefit greatly from taking some time out to meditate and become more attuned to the still, calm voice within that knows what is in your best interests. In addition, it could also be a warning that you are being distracted from what really matters by external or material forces. What is external can never bring you fulfillment. um, Within you is all the magic, mystery, excitement, and knowledge that you need for a rewarding and successful life. And you're in the process of figuring this out. Imagine this reading is helping to cement something for you. And I think I said this yesterday for fire signs, but I feel like you're going to get to this point where you are unstoppable. You make that choice, you step forward in a new direction, you take a leap of faith, and you are going to be rewarded, and it's like almost instantaneous. You've realized, oh yeah, this is exactly what I needed to do. This is the right path for me. It's not what I would have chosen originally, but but so glad that I've changed up my, you know, what feels familiar, basically. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. This is beautiful. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or excuse me, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah! And thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And leave a comment if it resonates.